We got to talk about another damn event that's coming up, man.
Yep, October 26th, UFC Fight Night 30.
Fight Night 30. And the big thing about this, we're only going to talk about two of the. It's like 6 people on the main card. We're only going to talk about two of the fights because those are the ones that are the big. The first fight. We're going to talk
real quick. I know we're only going to talk about the top 2, but you guys need to see the Alessio Sakara fight because he's a dynamic striker and he's going to probably cornhole his opponent. And then the other fight that I'm really interested in is Jimi Manuwa, Manuwa.
This is Ryan Jimmo.
Yeah, that dude.
Jimi Manuwa. Jimi Manuwa is fighting Ryan Jimmo.
Yeah, someone's going to fucking sleep in that fight, dude.
That's a good point.
Those end up with a knockout.
Yeah, and we might see a good fight in Norman Parke. There's some actually decent fights on this card.
Well, the Norman Parke fight's going to be interesting because John Tuck is 7-0, but he's got 3 submission wins and 3 knockout wins, where the dude Norman Parke has 12 wins by submission. So I'm assuming Tuck might stuff his takedowns and just knock him out. So my money was on Tuck in that fight. But let's get to the young assassin versus Mr. Pearson.
Yeah, Ross Pearson's going up against Melvin Guillard. I'm a big fan of Ross Pearson. He's one of my favorite fighters from across the pond. And your
uncle, actually probably one of your cousins, is a huge fan of Melvin Guillard.
Why you showing it, man?
I'm not joking. I'm stating a fact. All you guys are related.
I just, it's Melvin Guillard is, and everybody will say this about it. He has so much potential, but throughout his career, as great of a fighter as he is, he just has such a problems with submissions. Now, with that being said, Ross Pearson is the kind of guy that likes to mix it up and bang, and that honestly could be a good matchup for. It could play into Melvin's strong suit, and that could get him in trouble. This is going to be a very interesting fight. If there's anybody else going up against Pearson, I pick Pearson right off the bat, but I think this is very interesting. I think if Pearson's camp doesn't focus on him getting it to the ground, then he could have his hands fucking full with Melvin Guillard, because Melvin Guillard will fuck you up. He'll knock you out.
If Pearson can't get it to the ground, he's got to close the distance and get Melvin up against the cage.
He really does.
Who you going with? 2 options. If he can't get Melvin down, he's got to get him up against the cage. Can't let Melvin use his reach and try to use short blows to finish it.
Right. Who you going with?
I think Pearson's going to make a mistake, and I think he's going to try to keep this standing to prove a point, and I think Guillard's going to catch him.
I think that's going to happen too. I don't think he's that good on the ground to put Melvin Guillard to sleep, and I think Melvin Guillard is so athletic that he could get Pearson in trouble.
Now, my only issue is we just saw Roy Nelson complain about how bad his camp was and how it really can screw with you. Melvin Guillard has bounced around a lot because he's had legal issues and Greg Jackson wouldn't take him back, so I'm not sure where his mind's going to be at when that cage door shuts, but hopefully it's in the right place. And I'm still going to go with Melvin, but he's not had a good go of it lately in the training realm. Right.
So yeah, I'm going to go with Melvin. I am, and I like Ross Pearson. I'd like to see Ross Pearson get the win because I think it's a stand-up guy and he's a good fighter and he's doing everything in the right way, but I think this is a bad matchup for him now. The big thing about this fight is that Lyoto Machida will be fighting Mark Munoz, and the big thing is that Machida will be fighting at middleweight. He's made the cut to middleweight, and this tells you what's happening, man. Now it's like now you got Anderson Silva's boy fighting in the same class. Anderson Silva no longer has the title. Machida is down in the same class. You could see that potentially they could be. It's just crazy now how deep these middleweights and welterweight classes are getting, and what do you think about this?
I don't think Mark Munoz stands a chance. And the reason I say that is because the last fight we had Machida fighting at 205, he fought Phil Davis, who is 2 inches taller than Mark Munoz, and his reach was 8 inches longer. Mark Munoz's whole thing is predicated on takedowns. How is he going to get anywhere near Lyoto Machida in the style he fights to take him down? Yeah, he's going to cut weight to 185, but what do you think he's going to weigh when he walks into that cage? He's going to be up around 200, 205.
Oh, yeah, and people forget how tall Machida is. Machida's a tall guy. And Mark Munoz, I mean, he got hit before. Now you're looking at a guy that fights so unorthodox and stuff. And Machida has done very well against good wrestlers. Davis, he did very well against John Jones.
Davis took Machida down, but did absolutely nothing with the takedowns, which is what I see here. If Munoz does land the takedowns, I don't think he's going to be strong enough to hold this guy down. Because he was big at 205, and now he's cutting to 185.
He could literally walk in the octagon over 200 pounds.
Oh, easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
So I'm going with Machida.
I am too, and I think it's going to be Machida early, unless he does some crazy, unless he gets too cautious of Munoz, because Munoz does have power. And he could catch Machida, but Machida is so quick and so fast and in and out and back and left and right and foot. He's tough to catch, and I think Munoz might get tired chasing this motherfucker around the ring and then get kicked upside of his head and be snoring.
I'm telling you, man. I mean, I always think about how he put that shit together on Rashad Evans that time. Another great wrestler.
Oh, and that's Randy Couture.
Yeah. He's. I think Machida is one of the most underestimated fighters in the UFC.
And I think I think people take stuff away from him because of the style he fights. He's not a very engaging fighter. He's a very hit and run kind of guy, and I don't think he gets enough credit for the style that he uses. Right.
Yeah, I agree with you. Now, guys, we're going to wrap it up for MMA action down here on the comment board below.
Yeah, please tell us how we don't know shit. You guys are really good at telling us how we don't know shit. So chime in. Let us know.
Yeah, tell us some shit that, we're already aware that we don't know shit. Meanwhile, the people that tell us that we don't know shit are the most just fucked up individuals.
Right, they're all over the place. Worthless comments. Sorry, Ben.
Right.